It was an honor to hear this bill in the Government Operations Committee early in the session. It was the first time, probably since Representative Carlson first heard the original Equal Rights Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. It was the first time it had been heard in the Minnesota House of Representatives in a long time. I heard 40 years, I think. I don't remember if that's correct exactly. And I have a daughter who's 9. I've brought her here several times. Several of you have met her. She's actually, for a 9-year-old, surprisingly interested in what we do here at the legislature. So I like to tell her some of the things we're working on, and that was, I'm a new chair this year. The Equal Rights Amendment was I felt like my first really big bill, my first test. I was kind of stressed out about it and how it would go. So I think she could tell I was stressed. I told her a little bit about it and what it would do and why it was important. I told her, a little bit about, she's like, well, aren't women equal? Like, why do we need that in law? I said, well, there still are problems. I told her a little bit about the pay differential and that sort of thing. So she definitely seemed supportive of the Equal Rights Amendment, so thank you, Representative Kunesh-Podein, for carrying it. I know Rose appreciates it too. We were talking about some other bills later. I mentioned some of the funny ones. I mentioned that there was a bill introduced to designate the Labrador Retriever as the state dog. And she asked, well, maybe we need a state cat too. We have a kind of obscure breed of cat called a Nibelung. So then another week or so passes, and then she has an assignment in one of her classes where they're learning about the government. And she, just because of what I do, she probably mentions some more unusual things than maybe some of her classmates. But they had to talk about a couple laws they wanted changed. So one of them was to designate the Nibelung as the state cat, and the other one was to pass the Equal Rights Amendment. So you have a strong supporter in the Freiberg household. You have many strong supporters. Every member of the Freiberg household, Representative Kunesh-Podein, is a strong supporter of this bill. But I'm thinking particularly of my 9-year-old daughter when I vote for it. So I'm honored to be voting in favor of this historic amendment.